let's go ahead and get time moving forward. You are still in the oppressive darkness of the Underdark. You have the very faint glow from the sort of bioluminescence of the lake that is giving you a little bit of light to see by, and is a little bit of a potentially a comforting source for those of you that have issues with the dark. However, most recently, Kinro, as your mind is obviously swept along, you see these visions. Specifically, you can feel them sort of emanating from Duncan as he sits there pondering the crown and all the power that comes with it.
Yeah, Vivek kind of like with the sympathetic bond still up, because I don't think it's been an hour since the spell's been cast. Kind of like looks over towards Kinro, well, turns his head towards Kinro, and touches his shoulders. You are tense. What is that? What is going on?
Aside from the crushing darkness of the Underdark, I think our captain has aspirations of godliness. I know Vivek can't see, but Kinro tries to dart his eyes away as a very clear sign of trying to not think about something. Although, I might have just imagined it. I'm not entirely sure.
That is an interesting. That would be an interesting revelation, and I would not be surprised. I think it is best if we let that take its course.
To allow someone to become a god?
If it is meant to happen, it will happen. If not...
Yep, that makes sense to me. Kinro shrugs.
Does that, help ease his mind with that?
A little bit. It was more about the fact that, Kinro doesn't know almost anything about Duncan, and this was just, dumping a 10-page essay onto him about someone he has been with for been traveling for a week. I just say it's almost like it might not even be true, and I would have no way of knowing. It's difficult to almost believe, but if it is, it's like you said, if it's meant to happen, then
Rebecca kind of leaves his hand on his shoulder, just kind of doing the one thing with his thumb to rub it again a little bit. And with the darkness, I do not think there's anything to fear with it.
Think so? Oh, because you can see under the boat, right?
Somewhat.
And there's nothing there, right?
Is there?
Water. Lots of water. No. As far as your vision extends, there's nothing that seems concerning.
There's nothing as far as I can sense.
The only vaguely interesting thing is that there are definitely fish in the water. You sense the occasional fish.
Unless you are hungry.
But just normal fish. No scary aberration fish. Promise.
Yeah, that's the unless you're hungry comment stays.
No. I think I'll have more of an appetite once we get to the other side of the lake. And clutching the lantern of the deep. So I'm assuming it has a chain, right? That holds it. I'm clutching the chain. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Okay.
Like white knuckles.
Yeah.
I like the fact that for everyone else, you're swinging the lantern around or whatever. You're holding it up, but there's just nothing coming from it. Yeah.
Do we see just the lantern, just the light of the just not necessarily light coming from the lantern, but just the middle of the lantern being lit up?
It does have a very faint green fog inside of it. Yeah.
I wonder if I dip this in the water, would it go out?
You plan on putting anything close to that water again, I swear to the gods above.
It's just a question, jeez.
I know how your questions goes. 1 minute you're wondering how it is. The next minute you're drinking the actual water we're all kind of in agreement about we shouldn't touch.
At least it doesn't have salt in it.
It's mineral water.
Thank you, Vivek.
You are welcome. But also, do you not need minerals for your house?
I am not having this conversation while we're on the middle of a deadly lake. I am still waiting for the other shoe to drop, if you will. I'm half expecting a tentacle to come out and kill us now.
Why would you say? I look back at the lake.
As you say that, there are still 4 of you rowing, sort of paddling out across the lake. It's a hell of a distance. So at the very minimum, it's going to be a few hours of paddling, and it's very hard to gauge because as you see the shore sort of shrinking behind you, the rocks getting smaller and smaller. The light from the flares now completely gone, and still at the moment no sign of any ballistas, taking aim at you. But the shore on the farthest side doesn't really seem to be getting much bigger. Not in an alarming we're not making any progress. Just it's a long way. Is all I'm saying. As you continue, I would like everybody to roll me a D100, please.
Oh boy, here we go again, people.
Please don't roll 10. Oh,
7.
thanks.
And Duncan, Radic.
Yeah.
Can you roll me? You get a match with here, Duncan.
28. All unique rolls this time around.
You are looking around. There's a little bit of anticipation of something. Vanek, as you said, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for a tentacle to reach out, grab one of you, strike, smash the boat to pieces. Any of these things are totally possible. Instead, as you look around, you feel emotion flood over you. In the same way that you did before when you felt Kinro's fear. With Kinro, it was that sense of falling. It was the impending doom of the darkness around him. This time, I don't think it's fear that you sense. Manny, would you share something with... Manny, would you mind sharing something with Vanek that he doesn't know about you?
Accidentally muted myself. Okay. Yeah, so we're on the boat. Maybe as you start to feel the strange emotion, you sort of instinctively glance over to the other side of the boat where Manrov is currently paddling. Basically, and you notice how Manrov at least once, not often or anything, but at least once glances over at the zombie. And well, there's anger when he looks at the zombie. There's another also it's mostly anger, but also there's a little bit of sense of betrayal as well, disappointment a little bit. So quite the ball of mixed emotions. I guess a hint of sort of comes with the disappointment, right? Sadness as well. Mostly every time it sort of dips into this sort of sadness and disappointment, spikes immediately to anger again. It just flips in between those, and a little bit of doubt as well. There's certainly something he's remembering every time he glances. Again, he doesn't glance off though, but every time he glances over at the zombie or something, there's a memory that seems to trigger, that reminds him of something. Something he seems to just goes through his head every time he looks at it, this undead Durga. It's just gets him just strangely angry at it.
Angrier than usual.
Well, yeah, no, he's always kind of miffed, right? Well, he looks at the zombie, it's just he does not want to see it.
I get that. I don't want to see it either.
But there's something. It's a very old emotion as well. It's something that just he like never thinks about, but like as soon as this thing is just on the, in his view, it just like bubbles back up.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, Manny is a man of action, right? So, I mean, how close is he to, when you feel this anger like bubbling up, how close is he to actually doing something about it? To like leaping across? Is that something that's going through his mind?
There's multiple times where he just thinks like, yeah, I could just like throw him in there, but like he's wrestling with the rational thought about like, it is, I guess, a useful thing to have.
Yeah.
But like it's always so. He already did back then. Like things have been already like when the zombie got smashed and all right back then already when Vivek tried to raise the last zombie, that one got smashed. But he's very close to. If he wasn't like paddling right now, he might do something. But he's like busy right now. It's always like this business that just keeps him from just actually taking action against this fucking zombie. We just like smash it to bits so he doesn't have to look at it anymore.
You'll, continue to paddle. There's been now a sort of couple of these moments of shared connection as you glide across the glass-like surface that's, only really disrupted by the bow of the boat. At this point, you've been paddling out for maybe close to an hour. Like it's difficult to keep track of time here, but it feels like, you've got to be around that hour mark. Maybe if you are really not enjoying this ride, it might feel like considerably longer for you personally. And as you're making your way out, you're reaching sort of deeper and deeper parts of the lake. As you look back towards the shore now, it's a long way gone. Considering the speed that you're traveling, to give you sort of a rough gauge, you're probably about close to 10 miles from the shore at this point. So you can still see it, but it's certainly distant. As you get to this point, I think for a lot of this, there may have been a little bit of chatter among some people, but a lot of it, given what some of you are experiencing, is probably done reasonably quietly.
Can I add one quick thing that I thought of as well? I think what he would also notice, it seems to be, it's not just specifically that the zombie is a zombie, that it's undead. It's specifically that it is a zombie durga.
Yeah.
I think you can tell. It's not just specifically a zombie, it's a zombie durga that like upsets him more, so. That's just one I want to get that.
I'll keep that nugget in here.
As you all get to this point and sort of look around, for the first time, or for one of the first times, especially since you've been on the water, you feel a shift. There's a change in the atmosphere around you. There's a breeze that rolls over from somewhere off the far shore where you're heading to. It's a warm breeze. It wraps around you, and it feels welcoming in the way that warmth and heat can, when everything else in this cave has been quite cold to the touch and stuffy, with the exception of maybe that one fight, but we won't talk about that. As you feel this, maybe it's something that you take comfort in, maybe it's not. All I know is that I need everybody to go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw. I've gone ahead and yes, it does. And I've put it in the chat.
Is this a charm effect?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just wondering.
We're all in the aura, right? We all in the aura.
Yeah, would everyone get a +5
Yes.
or something? All right, yeah.
Oh, I forgot to add that.
I would still fail mine.
So far, not helping.
I saw my dice, but I didn't see the number come up.
Interesting.
I think you just grabbed
also
Duncan's
didn't.
roll.
I keep forgetting that it has that button there. Let me just roll.
I'm just gonna add the +5 in there as well.
Sure. You succeeded either way, Duncan, so that's fine.
No problem.
That is a success. So at this point, some people are still rowing. Can I just want to double check. I know Manny, Vanik are paddling, and then I think the zombie is paddling, right? Who's doing who else is paddling? Who's the last person?
Zombie doesn't have to make a charisma check, right?
No.
Okay. Oh.
Last I remember, it was 2 people paddling, not 4.
Yeah.
That's what I
So-
remember.
I remember that 2 people had to make I had 2 people make the check, 1 on each side, but we
Yes.
need 4 people paddling. So it's like,
Oh, okay.
We've got advantage
200%.
because
Yeah,
4 people. Was it?
Got it.
so I had 2 checks, but it's 4 people. So it's just whoever is happy to paddle on the other side. It doesn't really make any difference.
I mean, I'd say me, but I've been digging around this entire time. So
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
it's
it would
not
make sense.
you.
It wouldn't make sense for me to do it.
It's either Duncan,
Duncan?
or yeah, I
Vivek
think
or Olmo?
it's Duncan. Vivek
Yeah.
has the zombie, of course, but I don't know what Olmo would be doing. But yeah, Duncan says he's paddling
All right.
on my
Perfect.
side. Then
I think Omo
This-
wouldn't be a good idea because Omo has negative strength.
yeah, we remember
That
how when
also
we
would
sent
not be a good
Olmo
idea.
Yes.
up
Yeah,
to
okay.
So
the Citadel.
Vivek also would
Ol-
not be a good idea because he has negative strength.
yeah, exactly.
Olmo and Vivek being both a little too weak to be able to assist in the paddling of the boat, apparently. Just not my words. But you are sad, and I will say at this point, I think it's probably only Olmo that will take me up on this. At this point, an hour has passed, so if anybody does want to take a short rest, you are welcome to. Even the paddling, it's here it's pretty easy, so you can take a short rest.
I think I'll take a short rest, see if I can get anything back.
Olmo and Vivek. The 2 of you are sat potentially on the boards. Maybe you are dropped down into one of the hulls of the hulls of the boat. You're looking around, possibly enjoying the trip, possibly not. When all of a sudden your vision fades. Instead, you find yourself looking and standing upon these white walls, beautifully decorated. They feel familiar. And in the far distance, you see as the city sort of shrinks down, it's a dip down, you see a huge wall surrounding this beautiful, majestic city, and you see crashing over the wall repeatedly waves. It is a barrier against the sea, and as you sort of look around, you realize that no matter what direction you look, there is a massive circular wall surrounding this one city, and there are waves crashing over it at every angle. You see hundreds of warriors lined up in sort of glittering armor, and every time there is a crash of one of these waves where the water dissipates, you see rising from it what look like elemental warriors made from water and seemingly coral as well, making up these sort of intricate armor patterns, running and waging war. And it is constant fighting in the lower parts of the city. You see all of this. You see a darkness on the horizon and the storm raging above the sea that is swelling up over the city walls. You see arcane sigils, magic crackling. All of it seems to sort of reek of desperation. And as quickly as it came, you experience all this in sort of a flash, almost several flashes as you get different parts of the story. And it settles back. And as your vision returns to you, the glow of the sort of bioluminescence of the lake that surrounds you feels just ever so slightly brighter. As you look around, I think that you would both realize that each other have had the same vision, but it is painfully obvious to you that nobody else saw it. Nobody else reacts.
Would I? I don't think I would recognize that place, would I?
No.
Okay.
He just looks more grumpy. Oh, I hate this place.
You and me both.
Yeah,
Did you
well,
feel that too? Did you experience that too? Yes, Olmo?
yeah. Makes it worse. Now the shit's more bright. Amazing.
It is.
How do you know?
No, that was a question for you.
Oh, it is brighter. Sorry, I thought you were agreeing with me. It is brighter than before. A little, but annoyingly obvious.
Out of curiosity, is the lake
Mhm.
brighter for us as well?
No, you notice no change. Like nothing happened for you. You're just still like paddling monotonously away.
How far away is the other side of the shore?
Yeah. Is it in view? Is it in view?
I mean, it's definitely in view. It's marginally larger. Like you're still getting closer, but you've still got maybe a few hours of paddling left.
I hate the Underdark. Manor, no offense.
There's part of it at least. I'm sure there's better parts. But this part definitely sucks.
You know, also, if we find that dwarf lady again with her directions, we're gonna drag her over here. Show her just exactly how
Yeah,
wrong
we'll
this
just
is.
update her own map. Hey, add this in next time. Ugh.
I hope we find the second left.
Oh, it's. I bet you it's under this water.
Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
You know, that actually poses an entirely valid question, right? What if the second left is under the water?
Well, we just. No choice but to keep going. I'm not getting in there. Do you see what it did to Manoroth?
Oh, I'm not talking about getting in there. I'm merely posing the
I
question.
don't think we have even seen the first left. So
Honestly, I wouldn't
that's
be
even
surprised if
worse.
this late-
Ugh.
This lake
It
is
might be
awful.
quite the walk. And like as he's speaking, Vivek will begin, like, because of like the visions and all this stuff, ritual casting, detect magic.
All right. Perfect. Thank you very much. Obviously, it will take 10 minutes. And, you know, whilst we pass the time, why don't we just, I don't know, have everybody roll me a d10, please?
Oh
God.
my
for like
God.
no reason.
No reason to.
Fun.
Like,
Just
don't
for
worry about it.
giggles.
Just for
Haha,
the
hee hee.
lulz.
Right in the middle.
Haha, hee hee.
It's a 7.
3.
You guys really making sure you don't roll the same number.
Yeah.
Can someone roll a 4? That would be cool.
Come on, Duncan, roll a
one
4.
person left.
Straight
Come
flush.
on.
Roll a 4.
Ooh.
Almost.
Roll again.
Almost.
Roll again, Ty.
We didn't see that.
Me?
Yeah, you're the DM. You get to roll twice.
Yeah.
You really want that
Use an
4?
inspiration.
Use it.
Okay.
Ooh,
Whatever.
Yeah, that's me. Let's go.
So it's either me or it's either
That's-
me or no. Okay, it's me.
We'll still have Duncan roll one when he gets back as well. Hopefully we'll know when that is. All right. You continue across Olmo, Vivek. You know, the vision of this sort of last stand against elemental warriors being swept in by a storm still lingers in your mind, potentially a little bit. I don't know how much, how much time you would or energy you would give to that. That's, completely your own choice, of course. But this, the visions have now gone, but obviously the memory of them still lingers there. And as you keep paddling onwards, just the silence broken by the occasional groan of the Turgar zombie, a flare in anger from Manorov's nostrils every time, just...
Like
Would
a
you like
mind
me
that's
to-
still there behind me, It's like, I was like,
Yeah.
Would you like me to silence it or attempt to with a gag?
Throw it overboard.
We kind of
Put
need
something
the
in
extra
his mouth.
paddle right now.
As you
Starting
offer
to
this to Manny, I don't know how much you pay attention, Manny, to turning to Vivek during this moment. But maybe just a little glance to the side as
Sure.
Vivek sort of talks to you and, offers to try and silence the zombie. And in that little glance, you feel a connection. And Vivek, would you mind telling Manny something about yourself that nobody knows?
That's what I get for looking back.
Never look.
Yeah, from now on he only
Back.
looks forward.
Lesson
All
learned.
right. You sense that he has this feeling of duty to the party, specifically to you and Ulmo and Duncan, as a protective sense, and with that, as yes, it's also a sense of with that. There's also a sense of not wanting to fail like he did his last protection job,
Ooh.
and that comes with a feeling of confinement in a cold, solid area, not able to talk. Able to talk, but no one responds. And as that drifts, there's small whispers in the air, and time becomes nothing for him as he's lying there with that.
Boxed in, confined. I would potentially suggest that, for Manny, this may also bring sort of reminiscence of his time in solitary.
True.
Being trapped in a similar manner. I like that's the the scene you get as you offer him something as well. Yeah, it's very good.
I think maybe that also sort of then bounces even further back, depending on how long this lasts,
Yeah.
to his time also in the cell after he got betrayed back in Skadi, which he also wasn't a while in the cell there. Which bounces
Spent a lot of time in cells.
Right. Yeah, I know I'm very used to 4 walls around me, and 1 wall being bars.
In this case, we'll say none of them were bars.
Yeah, it's not a competition, okay?
I know. I just want to clarify with that one, but it would be reminiscent. Sorry.
Anyways, is that then the end of that? No, I was just asking because I remembered something shortly after as well. All right. Well, Manor, he doesn't shake or anything. His brow just furrows a little bit more, but it's the only thing that just shifts on his face. But he just, giving it one strong push again with the paddle. He says, just put something in its mouth or something. He just glances back forward and shakes his head slightly.
You are, I will add to this that you're both very well aware of that sort of momentary connection with each other there as well.
Wait, was Manoroth then also aware of the connection with me at the time?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, it feels almost
Connected to
violating.
people. Ew.
Ew.
Gross. Yeah, but there's this moment, and Vivek, do you actually are you actually gonna gag the zombie? Weird to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
stuff
require
just
any
a
checks for
cloth
that,
in his
obviously.
mouth and then tie a thing around
Mhm.
it to make sure that stays in.
Perfect. No problem. That is totally fine. All right. Perfect. Can I please get an athletics check, obviously with advantage from both Manoroth and from Vanek, please?
All right.
It's been a while. I just want to see if you guys are still paddling away nice and neatly, and what sort of speed you're maintaining, seeing how well you're getting on with this.
That advantage certainly worked out. Otherwise, it was now one.
Yep.
Hold on, I accidentally exited the fucking the exit.
Damn it, Manoroth.
Yeah,
You exited Foundry, or?
Yeah. I also had it like in the background, and when I went to like put it back in the foreground, I went too far and hit the X.
Matter
Damn,
throws
son.
the paddle
Yeah.
in. Get zombie. Throws the paddle in the
Screw
water.
this.
Keep paddling.
Oh no, it's
Yeah,
too
beautiful.
big of a difference.
No,
Oh, we started sucking.
It starts turning the one way.
Oh no!
the especially
back
with the design of the boat, it's very good for just tracking. Like, you just
Okay.
goes straight very well. So you're both paddling away. Well, 4 of you are paddling away. You're making very good time with this, I will say. So we might be able to cut the journey down a little bit. There's some real motivation to reach the other side, I think is really what's going on here. You continue paddling. There's this continuous sense of like shifting looks between people as you're all aware that, every now and then there's connecting visions and like glimpses of things that are definitely not happening here. And no real explanation for any of it, but I think at this point, everybody is very much aware that something is going on. And as we get to that point, Duncan, are you?
Yep.
Can you roll me a D10, please?
Another 5.
That's beautiful. And during these, glances, apprehensive looks as you are, paddling along, I'm gonna need one more. It's Duncan's turn this time as you sort of glance around, paddle. Maybe there's a faint noise rings over the surface of the water. Actually, before we do that, can I have a perception roll from everybody, please?
Perception. Nope.
Manny, Olmo. All right, perfect. Anybody that rolled over a 20, so here specifically Manny, Olmo, and Duncan, which works out very nicely. You all become aware of, for just a moment, of a shift in light. Olmo, the lake had been glowing ever so slightly brighter for a moment, ever since, obviously, well, you know what happened. But it all dims. There's a sort of moment. All of you notice that. All of you notice the dimming of light, but what the three of you specifically notice as well is the reason why. You see a large shadow of something swift moving below the water. It's deep, you can tell that, but you see it skim and slide, you see it twist, and then it dives deeper into the water. And to give you a little bit of scale, this thing is obviously quite deep. You can't quite tell the depth of it, but it is at least gargantuan size. And it seems to
Gargantuan
be just...
has a lot of free room, right?
There is a lot of space in that. It's a sort of blurred shape as well, so it's very difficult to get it could have a bit of a trail that's making it look bigger, but it's big. Let's to try and give you a little bit more reference here. Let's say roughly, and this is very rough, maybe 60 foot across.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount you can do to react if you do want to do anything in terms of spells or anything else like that, but obviously just jump in the water, give up, but you are still in the boat. As this is happening, there is probably a surge of emotion, whatever that is, from you, determination, panic, whatever that may be, and as this happens, I am going to need Olmo to describe something to Duncan that he doesn't know about your character. A scene from your past,
a scene from the past,
or something you're afraid, something you are feeling intensely right now. Just something along those lines.
I guess
To Duncan.
what Duncan would sense, feel, or see is probably a younger looking Olmo without the mustache, without the glasses, the hat, nicely, combed over hair. He's currently like running through a field, but the field's, I would say, is a little weird. Doesn't look like normal grass, and the sky, rather than be like a blue, it's like a deep, like a red, orange, maybe like an indigo sort of like tint to it, and it looks like it's in perpetual twilight. Like the whole scenery doesn't look like anything you might have seen before. It's very strange. And he's not running alone. He's running through the field with maybe 2 or 3 others, and they all look like they're having just a great time in this strange land, strange place. And that's pretty much it. And the feeling you get is like homesick, regret.
There is this moment, very very keen moment where you almost see this, and you feel the emotion. You see the color. You see the scene sort of play out as if you had lived it yourself, Duncan. It is fairly overwhelming to see the shadow beneath the water, sense this, and then be brought back so rapidly. But all of this happens sort of in a moment, and yeah. How would you react to this? And obviously you have the floor, as I think 3 of you now realize that you've all seen the same shadow, and Olmo and Duncan are very much aware of this momentary shared connection and this moment of emotion.
Anyone want to hazard a guess that what could be that big, that deep, that scary? Anyone want to guess what it could be? Are we almost there?
You aren't entirely sure what he's referring to at first, so that might be a little terrifying to hear.
What are you talking about?
That thing was at least 60 feet. At least by my guess, that was. But this time, just times that by like 30. Ooh-wee. That's not something.
Are you telling me you saw something in the lake?
Saw something? How did you not? That thing was huge. It darkened the whole lake.
Okay, I thought it was just a thing.
No. That thing... Anything I can do to speed this up?
Did also say something earlier when we were entering this section as well.
Oh, that was not good. Duncan, the big bird, how long does it last?
I think it's indefinite, right? It doesn't have a time.
Yeah.
So I'm able to fly if I wanted to?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna take it before? Can I fly?
I mean, I gave you control over it. You can, yeah. We'll listen to you.
Boy, I don't want to be on the boat when that thing resurfaces.
We don't have any second thoughts.
I don't know about you. I'm not a great swimmer. I don't know about you guys.
You don't want to be on the boat either.
No.
How far away are we from the shore, by the way? Is it even visible?
The shore, the other side of the shore is definitely visible. You can see it the whole time. If you had to hazard a guess, you are maybe a little over halfway. So you're still a good sort of maybe 15 miles from the other side.
You mentioned that. You mentioned that Duncan seen what Olmo felt in that moment. Did I know he seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a shared connection, and you could feel that you were almost sort of involuntarily sharing that with him.
Okay.
You can actually probably see a bit of fear on Duncan's face, which is not an emotion he usually shows.
Yeah. What you saw was that bad, huh? That's my childhood, man. No, I'm kidding. Don't bring it up.
Beautiful. As this settles and, the lingering questions in everybody's mind, paddling potentially becomes a little bit more intensive as the lingering question in everybody's mind is, what the fuck was that? This entire ride has been has brought up some fairly deep emotions, I dare say. And as it continues, I'm going to ask for some more charisma saving throws. Oh,
it's higher than the last one. That's not
Anyway.
possible for
If it's
me at
supposed to be
all.
a save,
It is.
if it's
It is
supposed
supposed to be a save. So let me know if it would be higher if you have proficiency.
5
That's
yeah,
my fault.
I
I hit
would
the
have
wrong button.
proficiency, so I'm just gonna add 4 to it.
Okay,
Well,
perfect.
technically it'd be +4 +5 because of the aura.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
That will
Did you
be
roll with the
more than enough.
+5,
Oh
Al?
shit.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, you
I
still
mean-
would have made it.
DC is 18, so yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
impossible for me.
It's what, impossible for you? No, it's not. Surely.
Very
Just
impossible.
just gotta roll high.
Duncan,
I got
charisma
unlucky.
check from you, please. I'm gonna double check.
Oh, check! Not
No,
safe.
it is a save, but it's you do have. So I will add the 4 to your roll as well. So technically +9 to whatever this is,
Wait, no.
which means you just about make it with that roll.
Yeah.
Because he's proficient
I still fail.
with the save. Yeah, perfect. Unfortunately, that means Manny and Olmo. That is still a failure for the two of you. As you continue,
I can imagine that, like, you know, my mind was earlier was like pretty, like, you know, the fence is up and whatnot, but that vision, that sort of like connection with Vivek, and also that thing with Vanek as well, so like now got him like riled up a little bit in his head, which is now why he failed.
And then you saw the thing in the water.
You're a little riled up. You see the thing in the water. You know, the zombie is definitely gagged. But there's still a little bit of noise that comes out every now and then.
Yeah, his attention is not focused anymore. He's like sort of split up a little bit, and yeah.
So specifically for the two of you, for Manny and Olmo, you're moving along, and there's more time has passed since since seeing the whatever that was in the water. It's another sort of 20 minutes later. There's still things going on. This whole experience has been extremely distracting, to say the very least. And there's a moment where your vision begins to fade. It begins to blur once again. You are now sort of oddly familiar with what this means in the worst way. It doesn't mean that you like it. It doesn't mean necessarily that you want it to happen. But you're not sure what you can do to sort of fight it off as, you know, your vision once again begins to blur. This time, what you see is heart-wrenching vignettes flash across your sight. You see families huddled together, hands clutched tightly together. You see eyes, you know, of the families searching for hope around them. You see lovers sharing whispered words, foreheads touching in silent vow, and you see friends, bonds deeper than blood, sharing tearful farewells and embracing one last time. You feel that devastation and that the sadness, the sorrow that is marking this moment, and you see them as they are marking their final moments. And you see, as you look out in the distance, darkness. You see vague shapes of grey moving around you, but what you really focus on is beyond that, just this incredible storm brewing in the distance. And you see almost just this gargantuan wall of water just sweeping towards you. And as it gets closer and closer, these visions fade, and you find yourself once more back on the boat. It's the same thing that even with your passive perception, as you sort of look, you can very quickly make out that some people have seen this and some people haven't. And so you're aware, each of you have both seen it and that nobody else has.
You're kidding me. I'm having no luck. Fuck. I sort of, when I'm standing on I like to think like there's a seat where Manny and Vanek is sitting, rowing for each side, and then there's like a space and then another seat, sort of, right? So I can just stand behind them two in the boat, sort of. If that makes sense?
Well, pretty sure it's like rowing positions in the back and rowing positions at the front of the boat, and then there's the middle.
Okay, well, I just want to sort of be behind those two, sort of.
Yeah, that's
and then
fine.
just to steady myself, not for any sort of reassurance for anyone else, I'll just put my hand on each of their shoulders and then just this place is getting worse. Sorry, I'm dizzy.
Place your hand on my shoulder.
Is that a problem? I'm dizzy.
I don't think your arms are long enough for this.
Oh, really?
For the
Oh, well,
sentence.
then-
I don't think your arms are long enough.
I
for
thought
this.
we were tighter together.
There
no?
is a
No,
raft in the
no,
middle, and
yeah.
it's two
Oh,
boats
I-
on each
well, I
side.
never
You're
seen the
sitting on
fucking
these
boat.
boats, and you're like in the middle. You don't
Yeah,
have
just
to-
planking. I'm like lying, planking.
Isn't there like 10 feet
On their
between the
shoulders.
boats?
He
I
becomes
didn't
his
know that.
monstrous shape and just hangs on.
It's
Only his
about 10
arms,
feet
only his
between them,
arms.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't see the picture. That's a complete. Okay, that makes it. I'll be behind fucking Vanek then. Just behind Vanek. Just steady myself. Don't freak out. Don't get excited. I'm just dizzy.
Just a. You have two
Yeah.
holes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Planks
Yeah.
across,
Yeah.
and then
I
there's,
never
like,
seen that. You see,
Beams
I didn't
in
see
the
that.
middle.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're,
good to
raised
know.
up.
If you were
Okay.
dizzy, perhaps you should sit down.
No, I can't. I can't sit. I'm freaking out.
So the 4 rowers would be here. So you've got like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever Vanek is,
you-
I'll be sitting behind him.
Okay.
Or just behind him.
I think, I would be in the right rear position because Manarov, I think, is in the front left position because the zombie was behind him because he had to look around behind for it.
Yeah.
And I could
Yeah.
see Duncan in front of me.
Okay.
That's
I'll be
right.
just
So you
behind
can-
So he's just sitting behind.
You
Yeah.
can sit there on like you're like you would be like right on the stern of the boat, which is totally,
Yeah.
especially considering your size is totally fine. But yeah, you're sat there.
Yeah.
I get that you're freaking out, but you're starting to freak me out by freaking out yourself.
I'm trying to control it. I've been having non-stop visions. I'm getting shit luck. Why me? Pick someone else.
Probably because mentally you're also having the problems with that other thing, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sharing 2. It's like, it's
Trust me, you're not the only one feeling uncomfortable about that.
well, row faster, come on.
I am, but I don't want to track whatever you people saw.
Don't look in the water.
Look,
Fucking
just
huge.
make me a promise, right? If that thing comes out, we're gonna throw the zombie for it, and I'm also gonna turn out stone to light and throw that. But you're probably gonna have to throw the stone for me, alright?
As soon as I see that shape getting bigger, I'm kicking the zombie overboard. That thing's going first. We're leaving it behind.
100%. That's the only reason.
If Vet can make another one, he'll be fine. It's not like it's not replaceable.
I will be entirely honest with you, it kind of freaks me out that he
It
makes us.
stinks.
That does. That's right. And it
Yeah,
makes
and I
so
have a
much-
really good sense of smell. It's so bad. Oh, get me off this boat.
I also don't like how it keeps listing left and right, you know?
Yeah, when you say, when you work, you say, oh, it stinks. I can see this side eye. It knows. It knows. That makes it worse. It's not even a husk. It knows.
You swear it glances over you as you say that.
Look at see.
With the fucking gag in his mouth, shooting him.
It's weird. I assume they're just like some sort of husk thrall, but it's got feelings. I know it does.
I mean, I hope it's just a troll. Can you imagine if it was just under Vivek's control, but the soul was still in there? I'd feel bad
The
for the
soul's
guy.
still in there. That's
I don't know
worst.
if it would be, but if it would,
No.
that'd be bad.
Yeah, that's cruelty. But get me if it keeps rowing.
Like I said, so long as the thing isn't coming up, it's allowed to stay on the boat.
Yeah, I better start praying. Oh gosh.
Funny
That means
thing.
Vivek gets his god. Since it's the creator.
Oh, you will continue rowing.
Funny thing that you mentioned praying earlier. It goes partially unnoticed because of the people just keep talking to each other, right? To keep themselves so distracted from what the fuck is happening.
Sounds like
around us.
largely, yeah.
But Manorov has his own way of doing so, like keeping himself focused. By now, after all this shit that's been happening, maybe in like some just like an allure in the conversation where like no one says anything. Some people might notice that like Manor has sort of started like mumbling or something quietly, like on sort of like on repeat, and I don't know if Vivek would hear it. Sorry, Vanek would hear it because he's like across over there.
I mean, the thing what I would say about this is it's a big open cave. The water is flat. Sound travels quite.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not saying it loudly either. But like either way, maybe just because of the how it's repeated, you will recognize because you have heard it before. It's the same sort of mantra he repeated back then when he got his arm chopped up. You know, to like keep his mind focused. You know, to just like keep the word endure repeatedly mentioned in this mantra. And you know, similar to a prayer, you just like to keep his mind focused. He just repeats this over and over again, staring, so determined forward, rowing, keeping rowing.
God's above. That makes me feel worse.
If it helps and makes you feel maybe a little bit better, the rowing is being consistent. Those of you that are rowing, you know. Even after this amount of time, as you are paddling out, you do feel, after hours of rowing, a dull ache begin to set in of just repeated, monotonous, and unusual, just movement that you're not particularly used to doing over and over and over again. In this moment, Vanek, I will let you roll your training roll now if you wish.
Get those gains.
Get those fucking gains, baby.
Do it. Oh.
I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
Okay.
That's fair. I feel I've been doing a good job, but God forbid I roll not in that one.
Okay, that is a success. Yeah, there's a moment where you almost begin to stop paddling. You're like, there's a moment where you're like, oh, and then you're like, no, come on. Bit of motivation, bit of inspiration, maybe, funnily enough. And yeah, you
look like a bitch deep. In front of FOMO.
you feel his eyes burning into the back of your head, like, he's watching.
He's watching.
The zombie's still paddling, you can keep paddling, let's go.
The zombie is giving me a side eye as well.
But yeah, no, you continue onwards, and you successfully, this counts as your training for the day, and you will continue onwards.
9 of 25 people.
You're getting there. This is, I think, going to raise morale a little bit, but you see at this point you are now definitely getting closer to the far shore. More time has passed, another sort of half hour of maybe small chit-chat, maybe a little bit of just silence as, reminiscing on some of the memories and emotions that are being processed during this boat ride. But you get ever so slightly closer. As you continue, I would just really love... just another perception check from everybody, please.
Oh, thank God I don't see it. Oh, it's a fucking that one. I thought it wasn't.
Oh, why me?
Remember.
Duncan. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the dice were in the way.
Right.
That is a strength ability check. I just need a perception, please.
Oh, sorry. I understood strength.
I thought that seemed low for your modifier. Yeah, 17. Everybody is keeping an eye out. Most people are sort of wrongly focused here at the moment. There's a lot of keeping an eye on the water, making sure that there's no threat rising, no more giant shadows sweeping underneath the boat just to come and devour you real quick. And there's maybe a little bit of a side eye continuously going from a certain spectacled little chap towards the zombie, making sure that he's not actually secretly listening in.
Yeah.
But he doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
Not with that perception check.
Not that I can smell.
However, there is one individual here, Manny. Your eyes, are on that far shore as you make your way closer. The rocks gaining larger in the distance as you can't wait to have your feet back on solid land once more. You see movement on the far shore. It would appear that there is an individual. You can't really make out much more than that, but you see them move and sort of hide behind a rock. It seems to be just an individual for now. You certainly only see one person, but somebody is watching you from the far shore.
I doubt that individual could tell, but of course I don't make any sort of rash movements, right? Like stare or anything like that. Take note of that, and I sort of just say so people can hear while continuously rolling forward. It seems like we're gonna have some guests on the other side of the shore.
Great. A welcoming party.
Can't really tell from this distance, but I saw someone hide.
Real quick, Ty, maybe we can use the current perception checks for that as well. Do we see a site already-ish that might be allowing us to, like, come onto a beach instead of having to climb onto rocks or something? Just a bit
like
of
a landing area?
Yeah, a bit better landing areas. Like, I know we could park next to any rock and sort of climb up on it, but landing area would be better enough for us if the fight was going to break out.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a survival, if you wish, as you try and, like, work out, given the terrain, which is the best place to land it.
Nice.
Yeah, with that, you see a couple of options. You're a little bit too far out to, like, make a decision right now as to where you're going to land it, but there's definitely good areas along the place that once you get a little bit closer will be viable landing spots. Yeah,
I'll silently say, you think we should steer a little bit more towards the right? I see some better places to land there.
Absolutely. And you keep paddling.
Do you think this is involved with the fight that we heard earlier today?
What do you mean, with the demons or the fire
the ones
dragon?
You said that there was one glowing, correct?
There was one glowing thing, yes, and they then landed into the lake. Perhaps
Yes,
they got eaten by that thing that swings down.
Perhaps. But maybe this is involved. Sorry, Ty.
We're gonna find out anyway. Don't waste time thinking about it.
I really enjoyed just the sigh from Olmo. I can't tell if it's in character or not right now, or if it's just...
Yes.
In character. Yes.
Yeah.
More.
All right, beautiful. You keep making your way towards the shore, getting closer and closer, and it seems that, at least for a little bit, the visions, the sight has died down. At this point, you're able to make a little bit more of a judgment on where to land. I'm going to keep the 20. It's absolutely fine. So you start, you sort of pick out what seems to be a little bit more of a beach. It's not, a beautiful, like, sandy resort beach, but it is, fine gravel, essentially. But, certainly the best place to just run the boat up onto there and give yourself a little bit of space to get off. And
kind of hoping we could find a place we could just jump off, find some mojitos, relax. But no, this will have to do, man.
As far as you're aware, no mojitos.
Manoroff quickly speaks up when we get closer. Duncan, when we get even closer to the shore, make sure you got that spell up, the sea invisibility. I don't fancy rolling into another Durga ambush.
Makes sense. Could I?
Meanwhile,
sorry. Carry on.
I was thinking on the way there, maybe Vivek could ritual cast comprehend languages just in case.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I know that you casted detect magic as well. I will say that it didn't ping anything for the time it was up. You get exactly what you would expect, but nothing more.
Could he have also been working on the leaf, like during the quiet times, working on tuning with the leaf?
Yeah. Sorry, with what?
The leaf, the one leaf that Kino gave him.
Sorry, that's fine. The only reason I questioned it is because I thought you were going to say the letter, the note. And then I was like, yeah. And then I realized you said leaf, and I was like, oh wait, let me double check. But yes, you can do that as well. That's fine. Before that, you can start ritually casting comprehending languages. Obviously, that will take 10 minutes, but then it will be active for an hour. You continue on, and at this point, the far shore is getting larger and larger, and it now feels like you're going to arrive like almost any moment. It's still a little bit of the way off, but because of the, you can gauge your progress so much easier when you're at this distance. It feels like it's coming all the sooner. As you get to this point, let's just have one last D100 around the board, shall we? Just for old time's sake. D100 from everybody.
Yeah. God damn.
Going low.
Manny!
Duncan, last one for me, please. I've just got to do a little bit of calculating.
Manny's just like, I want to not have to feel anyone else's feelings today.
As another one comes up.
Yeah.
There's a burst of light all around you. It is subtle, but given that it is the only light source, it is still very noticeable. It's a sort of flash and a flicker. It almost like runs across the surface of the water like fire spreading. And in the moment it's reached the other side, you see it dims back down and it sort of settles. But for that moment, you are sure something has happened. And Vanek, I need you to share a little story as Olmo, Manny, and Duncan are all connected with you simultaneously for just a moment. And I need you to share a little story that they see play out in a fairly emotional way. It's the emotion that they sense more than anything. It's something that they don't know about you at the moment that may be sort of present on your mind, given the situation.
It kind of comes from the same wording that he hears Menoroth say. As Menoroth mumbled, endure. Part of him was also just thinking back to it, and as the words echo in this connection, it sort of opens to a scene that is unfamiliar. The build he's getting, you appear to be in some kind of room of some sort. It's fancy, but not super fancy. There's a nice bed, there are fur cloaks there. There's candlelight. There's a viewing window that's still open, starlight out there, and someone is gazing into a mirror. And you recognize that someone because he has the same face as Vanek. Only there are no scars on his face now, and he appears maybe a little bit younger. He's looking at himself. He is inspecting his armor, it seems, checking things. It's just regular old plate, nothing super fancy, but effective, efficient. And as he's looking over it, there is a knock on the door, and an older man says, "Arkin, are you ready?" "Yes, father, I am ready. I'll be out soon. Give me but a moment." "Don't let your master wait any longer, Harkin. Come now, your combat training is about to begin. I want to see you swing that sword that I bought you." "Yes, father, of course." And he walks out and sees a man that is definitely... There's a similarity in appearance, but he's, of course, much older. And this appears to be his father, and he's wearing a crown upon his brow. He's older, probably more towards his 50s, but still quite a large man, all things considered. And as they're heading down, his father seems to be quite pleased, and wearing some regal clothing, but you don't. It's not clothing that you would have seen in the coast, in the coastal areas where we have been. It's not like something you recognize from the area we've been or anything like that. It's just unfamiliar. You also see banners and tapestry along the walls, and it's just unfamiliar. And as he walks further down, there's another man sitting in or they come upon a throne room of some kind. It's been emptied out a lot. There appear to be several guards, and there appears to be a warrior, older gentleman, sword in hand, ready, seemingly to be the trainer. And there's also another man sitting across in the throne room upon a throne that is bigger than the throne next to it. And as he looks over, he says, young Harkin. Let us see how well your combat training fares. Your father is telling me all sorts of good things about you. Soon you too will be fighting in my name and your father's name. So come, show me. And this older man, a bit older than his father it seems, but as Harkin is looking upon him, there's resentment, there's hatred, there's like absolute anger. There's a sort of also feeling of humiliation as his father walks up and bows, kissing the man's hand. And the only thing that you can sort of hear his thoughts as he thinks, I will never bow to this man when I grow up. And it is that point where the combat training begins and the memory sort of fades out.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That was a powerful vision. Full-blown conversations, everything.
And you're all aware in this moment of the same vision, the same feeling. You take on and sort of absorb that feeling as if you were the one in the situation. And you're also aware that you are all feeling this. It's a little newer. The bond, the connection here seems to be a little stronger than before.
I just removed my hands from Vanic's shoulders. Probably because I was touching you. So vivid. Yeah, you hate this place?
I hate
I've been
that.
experiencing. Yeah, I've been having this the whole time.
Honestly, no offense to anyone, but I like to keep my secrets to myself, and I don't want to hear everyone else's secrets either.
Agreed.
I agree.
Gentlemen's agreement. We don't speak of them again.
I never speak of this ever again.
Good. What happens in the boat stays on the boat.
Fully agreed.
Good.
And let's
If you
land.
wish.
Thank
There's
you.
It's not an if you wish. If you talk about this when we're on land, you're going into the water.
There's as he agrees, there's a short spark of like purple lightning arcing across the Devastor, his arm, and his forearms start glowing slightly blue as he for the last bit he activates his frost room just to get there a little bit faster. To get the +2 and the strength and con checks just to get there a little faster.
Let's have a final check and see how this is going. Let's. I would like an athletics from our two rowers, obviously with advantage. Manny, you have your +2 as well.
16. That's one lower than I had before.
Nice.
Nice.
Picking up
28. Picking up the pace. You start going in circle. No.
Matter of stuff.
Injure.
With those.
I just want to point out there's more to this mantra. It's not just this one word. There's more to that, but that one gets repeated a lot.
With that final, heave of effort, the final connection, feeling a little stronger, the emotion being shared between you, it's sickening. It's gross having such an intimate connection with one another. And so there is a final heave of effort. There is a final push towards the shore. Vanek sort of pointing to potentially one of the best shores to aim for as you go. and it's not long before you can feel the sort of the final strokes. You know, with the large sweeping gestures, and you feel with a distinct thud and the scraping sound of wood against stone as the bow of the boat scrapes up onto the shore. I will add.
How far are we away from where I saw the person? I wanted to be off the right, like how far exactly are we away?
I would say roughly couple hundred feet. Like along, yeah.
Yeah, but
Go ahead and-
I wanna just like quickly as we land before
Go
stepping.
ahead and make me a perception.
Just take.
There is a moment as you are all still. Anyone that wants to make a perception here is welcome to.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, not bad.
All
Can I
right.
listen? Can I listen out?
Yeah, it's still a perception.
Thank you, Omo.
All right, beautiful. Athletics, 16, 14. You'll land, and there's a moment of just pure silence as the bow of the boat scrapes up onto the beach. You'll just stay very still for a moment as you observe the surrounding, looking for any sort of danger, any sort of threat that might be about to leap towards you. As you do so, you don't spot anything. Olmo, as your sort of senses kick in, you know, listening, trying to sniff the air a little, see if there's anything that seems out of place, anything that just smells a little wrong. There is nothing. As far as you can tell, with your perception rolls, you are alone on this side of the shore at the moment. At least this immediate vicinity.
Nothing here.
Jump
boat's
on
on.
the shore.
You jump onto the shore, drag the boat up a little bit further out the water, and disembark from the boat. And as you make your way onto this sort of black, gravel beach, there is definitely relief at being off of the water.
All right, let's keep going. Let's put as much distance between us and this lake as possible for the manner of we'll just start walking, thinking that's
Okay. You are certainly aware at the moment that, especially those of you that have been rowing, is that it's beginning to get late. It's sort of late afternoon at the moment. Obviously, being in the Underdark, it's very difficult to tell that in any way other than, I could do with a rest soon. The rest of you probably okay to keep going for quite some time, having spent most of the day on the boat, not really doing much. Maybe some sort of emotional fatigue starting to set in from all of the connecting and just onslaughts of emotions that have been sort of shared amongst the party all day. But other than that, feeling relatively fresh still. So you will watch as Manny begins walking away up the beach towards, some of these large rocks. This side of the cavern looks, pretty much identical to the other side in terms of the terrain. You see large, jagged rock formations making sort of naturally winding path/maze through this huge cavern. It's not to the degree where you have to worry about sort of getting lost. It's a no matter what path that you choose, there doesn't seem to be any sort of dead ends. You do have to, make sure you're heading in the right direction, which given that you have the glowing lake behind you is just away from the big glowing lake. That's a good start on how to navigate here. And you start making your way deeper into unexplored territory. With a final look back, you can just about make out the other side. And you can see, even from this distance, mainly because of the light, you can see the glowing braziers of the fortification that has been set up at the entrance. It's almost like a pinprick at this point of just orange light glowing in the far distance. But the dwarves are still there, and Whether it becomes, obviously apparent to you straight away, but the scout kept his word. You had no ballista bolt warriors whilst crossing the lake, which is something.
Especially when someone didn't try to betray us.
You begin walking, making your way towards the second left, with whatever that means. And you will have a good couple of hours of walking at least before you're sort of potentially forced to make camp just through tiredness, unless you want to push it, of course. You can see the sides of the cavern here, from the beach, especially as it's a little bit more of an open area. Once you start winding through the tunnels, or not tunnels, but sort of paths and mazes with rocky outcrops, sometimes you lose sight of it, just with huge rock outcrops blocking your line of sight to certain things. But from the beach, at the very least, you can see both sides of the cavern walls. And you can see far away, you can see as it starts to raise up. And so this entire walk, as you're making your way away from the beach, is slightly uphill. It's only very, very slight, but you notice you are sort of starting to head up at this point.
Well, first, I think we should head up. I think we should head just the direct way from this lake as much as we can.
As many miles as possible.
Beautiful. I would love a survival check from somebody, please. Whoever is doing some of the navigating here.
You're up front, Benny.
I guess so.
And it makes most sense since you're the one most experienced with the Underdark here.
True and real. Thankfully, I'm also proficient in it.
Whoopsies. I would also be helping. But I was muted as it oh fuck.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll with advantage then, Manny, as you have assistance in this.
Thank God.
Oh, you needed it, yeah.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
That's good. That is a 20. As you start heading up, the survival check is reasonably lower check, sort of a mid-range check for this one. But as you're making your way up, you are very much aware of the direction you have to go in. The key thing here is that you are also aware that you're now getting to the point where taking the second left is a relevant instruction. And so in order to make sure that you take the second left, you also have to be aware of the first left.
And
no,
it is
the thought was we first take as much distance sort of straight away and then we start going to the left. Because I also didn't want to run necessarily into that person that I saw,
Yeah.
So we first just get straight away from the lake and then we start moving left.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's all totally fine. I'm taking into account that you're walking for a few hours, so you walk for like a good half hour. At this point, you're sort of away from the beach. There has been no sight in this time of whoever it was that was watching you from the shore. And at this point, now that you've been walking for an hour and you have a good few miles between you and the lake, you used to begin looking around, trying to just keep an eye out, and you almost miss it, Manny. It's actually, I think, Olmo. It's your sense of smell that gives away the tunnel first, and you notice that to the left of you, over to one side, there is it's not at the cave entrance. It's not at the cave edge. It is a little bit further back from that. There is a rocky outcrop and a tunnel that leads down and out of this cavern. It's reasonably close to the edge of the cave, but certainly missable if you were sort of following the wall. The main reason you pick this up is because of your sense of smell, as I mentioned. You can smell from there an abundance of plant life, especially fungus, sort of mushrooms. It smells a little damp, a little good, musky is probably a great way to put that. And the other thing is you can hear the very faint dripping of water from down there as well. You are aware that this is, as far as you're aware, would be a turn off that seems to be heading left.
Question: is this the first left or the second left?
Does it
How
go?
far are
Does it go
we
up or down?
I don't remember if the second left goes up or down.
Well, you're not supposed to be going down at all, according to Leona's directions.
Oh, I remember. Yes.
This is a-
Leona's directions, where there totally wasn't a lake.
This definitely goes down.
My sense of
but-
smell tells me it goes down.
How about we keep walking for what?
That was a joke. Don't know what it does. But I do smell. I've read a lot about the plant life down here. It does smell like plant life. Strange odor. Very musky.
Yes.
Roll me a perception as well, please, Elmo.
Who? What?
Just Elmo. I would like a perception just from Elmo.
God dang it!
24 is pretty good. There is something else mixed in with the plants, with the fungus. That's the most obvious scent and the thing that hits you first and is, certainly the most pungent. There's sort of, tertiary notes on this aroma that hint at something else, something living down that tunnel. But you're not entirely sure what.
Yeah. It's not the muskiness that gets me. There's something else in the scent. I'm pretty sure it's a living thing. I don't know what, but I know what a living thing smells like, and that's what I'm getting.
Ty, how far away is actually the end of this cave?
At this point, you can't see it. When I say that you can't see it, the main reason for that is there's no light source, so your dark vision will only take you so far.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to remember.
And I'm sure you can work this out, but the light from the lake is not reaching this far into the cave at this point.
Alright, so we certainly, just like, not in character, just thinking of myself, we do know there is a left.
Yep.
Well, it's a first or second left. Maybe it's a third left already. Who knows?
Who knows?
We already missed both the first and second.
Can we tell
Really?
that we discovered that it goes down, right? We can tell it goes down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you
How
can
about we
just
get-
reach the entrance to it pretty quickly if you divert a little bit. You can see it sort of. There's some big rocky formations, and it sort of goes down into the ground, and you descend. Yeah.
Crazy idea. Why don't we keep going and hopefully the next left we come across goes up, and if it does, we take it. If it doesn't, we're in the wrong spot.
How about we go find that left more and we hunker down there for a while? Because all that rowing and things I don't want to talk about
You're talking
It's-
about them, so
is leaving me exhausted as well.
So before you said, what did you say again?
I said, like, all that rowing on the
No,
things
before that,
we...
before that.
Oh, when we find it, we find first maybe a good spot to camp by it, because, like we said, it might be the one that we want to take, or we might still actually want to double check to see if this is the actual second left that we need to take.
So either way, we keep going a little while
Yeah,
longer.
and see if we can
and then-
find another left.
And then we camp for the day.
Perhaps
Yeah.
perhaps after we have camped, if you would allow Duncan, we might use your bird to scout, just to ensure that we have the correct passage.
so
we
either
keep
way
walking,
we
right?
keep going.
I
Yeah.
personally, this is not one character. So I don't think I could recommend flying much in this cave either. You don't necessarily want to try and, aggravate anything that might live at the ceiling of this.
What lives
I
at the
can-
ceiling?
More things live at the ceiling. Who knows what it is? Could be. I feel like I would probably have heard plenty of it, but like cloakers are like a very common thing that sometimes hangs out on the
Oh,
ceiling.
amazing.
Perhaps I
So
could
man,
make.
keep walking
could-
past the first slab.
Living stalagmites, you know.
Perhaps
Stalactites?
when we do that, I could make whoever. I could make the bird and the one riding and the one riding invisible as well to help with that.
We could. First, though, we should find a camping place. Keep walking.
Yes.
Quietly, preferably.
Just for your reference, Matarov, stalactites with a C for ceiling, that's how you know. You know, C for ceiling. Comes down from above, that's how you know, okay?
Thank you, Olmo.
No problem. Just sharing wisdom.
You continue walking. At this point, it is definitely getting late, and you can feel it. You are still walking ever so slightly uphill. It's barely noticeable, other than it does sap your energy just that ever so slightly bit more. And so after a full day of trekking, like even that very slight incline is just annoying more than anything. Just like I just wanted to flatten out. Just. Maybe just a little bit of downhill, just like a little slope down would be lovely. No such luck. Keeps going. And I would like everybody to roll me a perception roll, please, as you're making your way. I see that we have natural 20 from Vivek there. That's very good.
Lots of people over 20.
Lots of people
The
over
only
20.
person not over 20 is Vanek, which has a 17 still.
Duncan
And
rolled a
Duncan.
1,
Oh,
dude.
okay. Duncan rolled. So he just rolled. He rolled a 1, yeah.
I have a 17, 22, 23, natural 20, 25, 22, and a 7 from a natural 1. All, some very good rolls there. Annoyingly, I feel like Vivek, you obviously have a hard limit on your range of vision, which is going to play against you a little bit here.
I
Olmo,
do have other senses though.
You do. Olmo, you have a +6. So your roll is actually going to be an 11 for this, because this is predominantly a sight-based check. At least for part of it.
That's fair. Works for me.
However, as you're making your way forward, you begin to see just a slither, a pinprick of light. It's faint and it's quite high up, but you can see where there is a little bit of a like an opening with just a very faint, almost like pure white light shining from inside it. And it seems like the entrance to a tunnel up ahead. It's quite some way from you still. It's another, maybe, it's hard to gauge because of the rest of the darkness that enshrouds this place, but possibly another sort of 4 or 5 hours of walking to get to that point. Plus, with its height, you may need to climb up to it if that is the entrance, and obviously if there's no one before that. But it is a noticeable change.
Would this be considered another left?
It's definitely potentially another left. I think you won't really know for sure until you get a bit closer, but that could be it.
Is this place where we at right now, could we look for a camping place?
Yeah, you can definitely look for somewhere to camp here.
I think we should not be camping in a tunnel entrance. It seems like
Agree with that.
recipe for disaster. So let's look for a camping place.
Yeah, you've definitely spent a good amount of time trekking as well, and it's late because it's still dark. Sorry, bad joke.
Hey, no sun. Woo!
Just so everyone's aware, these Underdark is dark jokes are going to continue for the rest of the campaign that we're telling here.
It's like it's like saying that I'm blind.
I was gonna say about I was gonna say at least Vivek won't be making these jokes because he can't see.
I
You won't be able to tell in the first place.
It was dark for him, and it is still dark for him, and it will remain dark for him ever all.
Which means that
He
these
came
dark
into this
ghosts are going
campaign in the
to
darkness.
continue until the campaign is over, or I kill Vivek. We'll see which comes first. It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, the terrain here is pretty much identical to the other side, and so you are obviously aware you found a very good camp spot on the other side that was almost like a little natural fortification because of the rocky outcrops built like almost a solid wall around you. So finding something like that on this side of the lake isn't out of the question. To find a good camp spot, I would require a survival check from somebody, please.
It's my pal Omo. Help me.
Well, he's
This-
muted. I think he's
When he
starting
finds
to
the unmute
smell
button.
him.
I don't know. Olmo,
Here, maybe
good,
he's gone.
good chap. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
buddy, old pal. I'll help you with this, but it's just going to be a +2 then.
Well, I mean, it's for the advantage, right? That's what I'm looking for.
No, I am not proficient in it, so it's just going to be a +2.
Vision, I could probably help out with like giving advice and stuff.
Are you? You are
Um,
proficient. Yeah.
Anyone giving me advantage? Do I get advantage?
I am.
Anyone?
You have advantage.
The person with the 60-foot vision range? I don't know about this one, but right, sure.
Finding something in
Blind
60
guy.
foot could be good.
The blind guy helps me, looking for something.
Ugh, this feels bad.
Bam!
This feels
Whoa.
disgraceful.
This
Whoa.
feels appropriate. The blind guy helping me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is on point.
It was meant to be. Olmo couldn't help me there.
Wow, why didn't you ask me?
Oh, shut up.
Wow.
Sorry, I went to get a drink.
You son
I
of
come
a
back and I
bitch.
heard him say, "I'll help you with the checks." I don't know what check it is. I'm not gonna, just in case I don't have,
Did ask him. Oh,
Sorry, I was away. My fault.
this fucking guy.
This is the last time Manor takes directions from a blind man.
What happened to be like just fumble about, like just bumbling through the dark.
You certainly find a camping spot. You find a place where you can stop for the evening. You search around for a while, trying to find somewhere that, maybe has the same sort of natural defenses, maybe has somewhere that you can build a fire without being seen, from a distance. You really struggle. Like, no matter what you find, there's some places with some upsides, but there's nowhere that's like all upsides. There's always sort of a downside to anything that you can find, which is frustrating. And as you sort of search around, it becomes quickly obvious you're not going to find anything better unless you spend a considerable amount of time. And it's probably better just to settle down on one of these. Otherwise, you're going to end up wasting quite a lot of time trying to find something that may not be better at all.
If you like, I may mold the ground just once more to fortify the defenses once again.
Do that. Make it look natural.
As natural as I can.
Yeah, you can certainly do that to a degree. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana as you see how well you do.
Would it be with intelligence or with my spellcasting mod wisdom?
It's with intelligence still, because it's depending on like how well you fortify the place, not how good your magic is in this sense. All right, so you find a spot. It's a little exposed. Starting a fire here is definitely going to be a bit of a risk. Vivek, you are able to, with Mold Earth, improve that a little bit. But, it is a cantrip. There's only like a certain amount you can do with cantrips before you need to use something a little bit more serious, a little bit more intense. But you certainly help the situation a fair
if you guys
way.
want, I could use Pillars of the Earth. Or go onto the Earth again.
No.
But yeah, so you have a camping spot. Is anybody doing anything else in order to try and set up the camp a little bit more, make this a little bit more habitable, enjoy your stay a little bit more?
I'll have a look around, see if there may be any movable boulders around that could be moved into place to create some partial cover in places.
Yeah, sure. Roll me an investigation.
I will help.
Do you have proficiency?
Hell no.
Okay, then it's just a +2, right, Ty?
Yes, please.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
for
Hey,
finding
boulder.
boulders.
Hey, boulder.
I will jump back to that in just a moment. Kinro, is there anything that you want to do to help with this? Just to help set up the camp generally?
I don't think we're making a fire here, so probably not. I don't think I have much to offer here,
Okay.
other than
that's
maybe
good.
helping them move boulders around.
It's just the one boulder, actually.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot to do.
That's
So
fine.
you're
That's
just
fine.
gonna sit there hugging your lantern. Going up and down.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Let's go.
there are no monsters in the water. There are no monsters in the water.
Olmo, are you doing anything to assist you?
Whatever I can, sure.
So what are you doing?
Whatever I need, I don't know. Covering stuff up, making it look more natural. It's like I don't know what's
Sure.
natural down here. Just
Roll me a
brushing
stealth check.
stuff up.
I don't know if that's necessary. I mean, you've done you've spent now like a day or so in these caves, and you did a good amount of research beforehand. It seems to have all forgot. It's all been forgotten at this point with the 9. So you start.
Yeah.
You
I'm starting
start
to think that the person that read that book has never actually been to the Underdark. It's just based on hearsay and what they imagine.
the blind
Oh.
leading the blind. Someone said.
Yeah, yeah.
Me in one way.
All right. You begin trying to hide it, but in this cavern that is, pretty much all the same terrain and very much one pattern. There's a chance you're just making it worse. Vanek, you find a reasonable size chunk of boulder that could definitely block a little bit more of the access. You see Kinro is sort of nearby and will go and help to move it. Roll me in athletics. You have advantage because of Kinro's help.
Manarov was nearby, helping.
I'm rolling athletics here.
No,
Okay.
you're just assisting in it. Are you
Oh,
helping with
I
this as
thought-
well, Manny?
Sorry, about the boulders right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I was helping.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I'm
I was
pushing
more
it.
thinking I fight one and I help him push it.
Okay, that's fine. Manny, you go ahead and make me the athletics with advantage then, please.
I'm done
Wow.
for today, guys. I'm
Terrain.
All right, that is 13 with that's a 4 plus 9. I mean, you managed to move the boulder, but you get it a bit closer. It's kind of blocking part of the view of the camp now from a bit further away. That'll do. That'll be all right.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
I'm on the other side of the boulder going, I'm not actually moving the boulder. Oh, no.
Slowly return to Kinro.
Oh, it's so heavy.
You better get it to the camp before they throw you back into the lake.
It'll be a long throw from here.
We'll make it work. Manarov will just use his arm cannon, he slides that bastard.
All right. So,
We even fit in that.
oh, in the cannon.
The arm cannon he was talking about. Yeah.
I mean, it's not that sort of cannon, but you set up camp. You have a comfortable enough setup. Not the best in terms of defense or sort of. It's not the most hidden either. But given the day that you have all had, it is certainly a welcome camp and a nice stop. I'm assuming, or I'm hoping, at least to some degree, that you guys are going to take watches. We are going to go ahead and have 3 watches. So who would like to take the first watch?
I'll take first.
Would anybody like to join Vanek? Wow, that's
Not-
just
not all
mean,
at
guys.
I'm just thinking we should like spread our strength out a little bit, right? That's smart. So
Yeah. I'm also like writing and catching up on notes, so like I'm not really like paying
Right.
I'm not really like paying full attention for like who to be with for the moment for the watch.
Who would like to take second watch?
me, I guess. How many watches are there?
3.
Yeah, then I get second.
Manny?
I'm on second as well.
Would anybody like to join Manny on his watch?
Sure, I'll take it.
And third and final, who would like to take the third watch?
I'll take third watch.
Kinro. Would anybody like to join Kinro on the third watch? All right. I will ask specifically Olmo, are you wanting to jump onto
I'll
any
do
of the
first
watches?
one. First one.
You want to be on the first?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's Kenro and Vec.
The last.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like catching up on notes.
Yeah, no worries.
That's fine.
Oh, good.
You all have an evening meal of some degree, whether you sort of do that in a a camaraderie sense and sit down and eat together, or whether you're just in a corner stuffing rations into your face is completely up to you. And I
Or
feel
there
like
for emotional support, but not eating.
but eventually the time comes to settle down for the evening, and so the first watch is up. And can I have a perception check from both Vanek and Olmo, please?
You know, almost there's any more water in this damnable trip of ours, I am not gonna be happy about it.
Hey.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked about the water. I thought you were gonna ask some stupid story.
That's a
Like what?
natural 20 and a...
My last watch. I don't even want to talk about my last watch. First question: do you hate me? Oh,
What in the
like,
god?
don't even talk to me. It's water under the bridge.
Don't talk about water right now.
Let's just do the watch, go to bed.
Agree. I just really, really want to get out of this system and back on track. But you know what's probably the worst thing? It's gonna be like this for untold miles upon miles. Like, we're gonna walk in somewhere and someone's gonna tell us, oh yeah, you're just gonna go straight down there. And then we come across something that completely was done directions. And we're called crazy when we tell them it's not done according to their directions.
Yeah, I think what we learned from this is we don't trust anyone from the surface that's trying to tell us anything about the Underdark.
I think I can't trust anyone from the Underdark almost either. Well, except for Menor,
Keep
of
your
course.
voice
but
down. Yeah, keep your voice down. He can hear you.
no, he can't. Trust me, that man is in a deep sleep right now. Although sometimes he does that thing where he grabs something. You need to be wary that you're not like
Yeah,
grabbing
muscle memory. I wonder what he's used to grabbing. Throats?
Probably. I mean, that's a 5-step grip. If someone got caught in that, I'm not getting them out
Those
of that.
muscle fibers, remember. Ugh. Right, I just want to get out of here.
Same.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Thank you.
We're both miserable. Misery loves company and all that.
First watch is just complaining.
It gets worse.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Brilliant.
On the first watch.
We had a 22 and a 21 for perception checks, one of which, being a natural 20. It's about 2 hours into your watch. At the start of the watch, there was a lot of complaining, mumbling, moaning, and then the rest of the watch has up until this point pretty much gone in silence. You both hear this. You both hear a crack of thunder. It is very faint, and it sounds almost sort of ghostly, like you're not even quite hearing it. It's sort of muffled and muted, as if somebody was sort of trying to make the sound of thunder under their breath, but doing it quietly. And in the same sort of muted, quiet and silenced fashion, following the crack of thunder, you hear light rainfall. it sounds like it's all around you. Like this isn't something you're hearing in the distance. It sounds like it's raining around you, but in a sort of muffled, quietened sense. There is no rain. As you look around, there's no water, there's no moisture, there's nothing actually happening around you, but that's 100% what it sounds like. It as it continues, it almost sounds like you are in a very quiet storm.
What the hell? Do you
Nope,
think what
don't
it is?
don't acknowledge it. They'll go away. If you acknowledge it, that brings more problems. Just ignore it.
Honestly, probably a very wise thing that everyone recommends in the Underdark. Just like, it goes away if you don't acknowledge it.
Just ignore it, it will go away.
Yeah, the book
I'm
I read
grabbing
said
my-
most of the dangers you can just ignore, avoid by ignoring them.
I'll take that advice. I'll take that under advisement. But I'm still gonna take my weapon at the ready with like both hands.
That's not ignoring it. Oh, great.
The night continues on. This sort of quiet rain continues in the background for quite some time, for a good sort of half an hour to begin with, and then continues onwards. And it's about an hour after it started that you hear that sort of final patter as the rain sort of glides out, and it's the sort of final few spots and taps of rain, and then it goes back to quiet. There's still that sort of consistent humming that you've heard since you entered this cavern, but
Just a question. Does it sound like it's like a cloud moving away? Sort of?
it sounds, as the rain ends, it does sound like it's sort of moving away from you. Yeah. It sounds very much like if you were actually in a rainstorm and it just moved past you, then yeah, it sounds exactly like that.
We're not that far from what we thought was another left, right?
I mean, walking wise, you're still a few hours from it.
I thought we had a counter or a second left when we set up camp.
Well, yeah,
You
but
had
we
seen it
moved
in
away
the
from that
distance.
spot a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
We saw it in the distance, and then we moved away a little bit.
Yeah,
just from
but
the
we're
campus.
like a few hours away from it.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
what it is.
You were able to see it because specifically there was a very faint light, and you're still not 100% sure that is your second left, but it could be.
You know
If
what?
it makes any difference to you, the rain as it sort of patters out and you get those last few sort of sound bites of just falling rain, it sounds like it's moving towards the lake.
You know what, Olmo?
I was right.
Let's make this the other people's problem.
Agreed.
And you are very aware that Manny and Duncan have the next watch.
Problem now. Wake him up.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Hey, like carefully poke Manor off, with the butt end of my mace. Pick up. There was rain.
What are you talking about?
Not really sure. Don't know. We heard rain. It moved away, but we didn't feel rain. But it moved towards the lake.
It was a very quiet thunderstorm.
Does that
Sounded
sound
like it was
like anything
all around
to
us, but no sign of it.
Does it sound like something you know of?
That's the moving thunderstorm in the Underdark is no. I have not heard about that yet.
I mean, it could
Yeah,
be
no.
if the cave's big enough. Fire and eco, since they can exist within
Yeah, but
it,
then
Sure, but there
would
was
also
actually
feel
yeah,
something,
no,
and then
yeah.
would there be an actual rain? But there wasn't.
Or
Um,
we're far closer to the mountain than we think.
How?
You know,
Oh, I think it was like a.
it's like that we're hearing the ceiling.
Yeah, no, which is a very thin ceiling. Like it's like.
A possibility
could be.
too.
Manny hasn't heard of anything like this before. No.
Great. We
Well, good
ignored
luck.
it. It went away.
It hasn't done anything though. Otherwise,
No.
how long ago was it?
About 2 hours into our watch. And now it just left.
Keep it quiet for the rest.
Mhm.
Right.
Very
Good
strange. That isn't by any chance touched by evil. Or a mysterious relic.
This man trying to pull the most out of his class here.
Throw the ability up again, just so I can reread it again. I know I ask you this every time. Please.
Grim psychometry.
When you reach 9th level, you gain a supernatural talent for discerning the secrets surrounding mysterious relics or places touched by evil. Whenever you make an intelligence history to recall information about the sinister or tragic history of an object you are touching or your current location, you have advantage on the check. It's difficult. You can go ahead and make me a history. I will give you advantage on this roll, but I will warn you it's a very high roll. And actually, knowing your stats, I'm not. Yeah.
I have a +5. But
That wasn't
It's
going to be something
impressive.
that I
Double
promised.
3s?
no, I know my stats are whack, but
Yeah,
Take
yeah, you got some crazy stuff.
double 3s.
This doesn't ring any sort of bell to you
Sure.
at all. Yeah, no dice, I'm afraid. Manny and Duncan, you are both awoken and informed of the quiet rainstorm that has just passed, and you are now both up and awake for your watch. Can I have a perception roll from the both of you? And obviously, if there's anything you wish to say to each other, any sort of role play or anything you wish to discuss, this is.
So, wanna roll some dice?
Okay. Manoff doesn't say anything at first, but then he
Just start
turns,
pulling out the
turns
dice.
around.
Just put
turns
the dice like in front of them. Come on, it's your chance to win your money back.
Glares
Yeah,
at you. Glares
Do
at
you
the dice.
have any more money? I mean, we could play for rations, I guess.
Puts down 5 platinum.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm liking where this is going. I want to pull out 5 platinum as well.
Intense stare.
You're still sour from last time.
Don't
I
forget
am
to roll
so-
with your proficiency this time.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Yes, I know.
So, you're still
I
sour
will
from
not
last
be
time.
tricked again. You hear me?
Tricked? Me? Never. I don't even know what that word means. If you can explain it to me, tricks. Sounds familiar.
Roll your dice.
Let's start rolling.
Okay, I don't know. I forgot how we did it last time, right?
Yeah, I forgot to.
I forgot to. Ty, can you remember?
No, I
don't
can't.
remember. God damn it!
I was just quickly Googling something. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Keep
Okay.
the smack talk going, and I'll read some rules real quick.
So, I'm not witty enough for smack talk.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to both set your roles to private, so that only yourself and myself can see.
Private GM roll then.
Private GM role, yeah.
That's a button there.
Yeah. The one with the little guy with the hat on. Looking super sweet.
Incognito.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. You're going to both roll privately to me. If you roll them publicly, it doesn't count. Privately to me, you're going to roll 4 d. Let me explain this in its entirety, and then we'll do it. It's pretty simple. You're going to roll 4d6, and you're going to keep them hidden. You pick one of the dice, that you don't want to use, and reveal that dice to the table. So to everyone else, so to each other, right? So you pick one, you reveal it. Everyone does this, and then you bet. So kind of like poker style. I know technically you've already put a bet on, but you can increase that at that point if you like, basically. And the betting starts with whoever puts out the highest dice, and then you go clockwise from there. So whoever puts out the highest dice, you choose if you want to raise the bet first. Once those bets are settled, so you have to it's poker style, so you have to match, or whatever. You reveal the 3 other dice that you still haven't shown to anyone. The person with the highest total wins, but it gives you a chance to bluff and to fold without betting more money, basically.
So let me see if I got this straight. We show 2 dice. We smack talk. Then we show the rest.
You show 1 dice and then you smack talk. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then we show the rest. The end and higher wins.
The highest wins, yeah.
Highest
Okay.
total.
Highest total.
Of the
I
total.
thought he said
The-
wits, but okay.
I'm sure you
That's
guys
also
have
what I
figured this
heard.
out, but basically it means like if you could show like the lowest dice and be like, oh, this is the one I don't want to use.
Yeah, you either bluff you have high or bluff you have low. It's fine. Easy.
Actually, sorry, that makes sense. The total has to be of the 3 and not the one you use, doesn't it? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Anyway.
Let me see.
Anyway, yeah. So go ahead and both of you roll me 4d6 in private to myself and you, and then I'm going to make dramatic facial expressions so everybody else can see what's going
Do
on.
you have to do like a starting bet first and then see if we raise or fold and whatnot?
Can I
But
say
you already
something
put in
there?
5 platinum, right? So yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
So we show 1 and then raise a 4, and then the winner is the one that has the highest of the 3 that's left.
Of the 3 that's left, yep.
Okay,
If you make the other person fold.
did you see what I just rolled then?
I have seen everybody's rolls, yes. You, at this point, have both invested 5 platinum to even start the game. I will ask Manny first, what dice do you show?
I will show. I'm gonna type it in there. I'm gonna show 1.
Okay. You see Manny covering his other dice, slides dice out, has a single pip upon its face. Sacrifices a 1.
Duncan smiles and just puts out a little one himself.
He takes a close look.
I think we're actually
he's,
meant
like,
to
he's already
bet.
paying attention. You know, he's like, "Is this cheating or not already? Is he already doing it?" You know, it's like,
We have
okay,
a round of
well,
betting.
who
We
starts
start with
with
Manny
this?
because it was the same one. So, would you like to raise the bet, Manny?
Would we have to like double it up, or can I decide what the raise is?
No, you can just raise whatever you want. Literally whatever you.
Underdark rules.
I'm gonna put. I'm just gonna
That's a real
put
casino
basically. I'm gonna put 10 gold on it. So basically another platinum, just on top of that.
I'm going to call it platinum just to keep things simple. if that's
You know what?
okay.
20 platinum.
20 platinum.
2 gold. 2 platinum.
Whoa!
2 platinum. 2 platinum.
All in.
2 platinum.
Right, he raises 2 platinum.
Confusing.
Duncan, you can either fold, exit the game, call, so you put in 2 platinum, and then we'll reveal, or you can raise it if you wish.
Okay, Duncan will pull out 2 platinum, will put it neatly down next to the Manny's, and then he'll say, let's add something more spicy to this.
You're
The loser.
What are you raising? Okay.
The loser has to... which one is... actually, never mind. No, this is what I'm gonna do. The loser has to spank Vanik.
Has to, what? Say that again.
The loser has to spank Vanik. When he wakes up, you just spank him hard as you can. You can
Just
choose
like
either one spank. And just to make it fun, I'll throw it 5 platinum. You don't even have to match those. This is just a bonus. If you win, you get a lot of money, and I spend penny for you. How about that?
This is like, ain't no way he has the W in his hand right now. Oh.
Is he bluffing you? That's the question.
Yeah, but what would he get from bluffing? Because if I don't accept that and just like give up, right? All I have to do is pay 5 platinum.
You have to pay 7 because you put the...
Well, 7.
Yeah.
7 platinum, right?
But if you win, you get 7. You get 12 platinum from me.
And you have to
I
spend
spent
money.
Yeah.
Raise the bet. Add in something more outrageous.
You can raise again if you want, yeah. Try and force him to fold.
Be like, you have to punt Olmo across the, I don't know, something.
No, I need a little more.
I like this dice game. I'm just saying. I'm
Aren't you glad I'm in your party? Honestly.
Manrov is not commenting on that. He's deep in thought though. He's like really his brow is furrowing. It's so craggy. I've never seen it so craggy before. Is this brow, the crag brow?
That's no. It's got a new Craig.
He's so.
Duncan will
so
just start
thinking.
playing with the dice.
Stop
Come on,
that.
what is your sense of adventure? You want to just
Stop that.
conquer a kingdom? Or you want to be the one that spent to get it?
No, I want to win. That's what I want. I'm just thinking also if I have like something actually to raise that, because that's already like something. I don't know what I could raise that with right now at the moment. That's not actually physically harming anyone. So like thinking, what could I? Because Manarov's not funny, So he's not a jokester. He's not a funny man. So it's like all his thoughts would be like applying physical harm to someone, and I feel like that's not appropriate in a team scenario.
Would there be taking something from someone?
No.
Nah.
But he's not going to back down. He's not going. I'm not gonna raise because Manarov would not have any idea what to raise it and not destroy someone's arm with that or something. I don't know.
Yup.
He is
And
going to
still,
like.
I can still cheat, right?
What do you mean?
I mean,
For example,
you're asking Tyrant, right?
Yeah, that. I can still try and cheat.
What do you want to do in terms of try and cheat?
In case he's gonna show his dice first, I'm assuming, because that's the way it has gone up until now. So maybe I have a chance to cheat. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, if you can tell me how you cheat, and obviously there would be rolls attached, but yeah, in theory you would show at the same time. You'd just like reveal at the same time.
Yeah,
but,
I'll probably try to distract him and swap the dice, like roll the dice a bit, make it a 6 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I mean it's doable. Yeah. You'd have to distract him and then do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So to be clear, you've matched the bet, Manny.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm not raising it. I'm just matching it. So yeah, I agree with that.
I know that Duncan offered up an extra 5 platinum that you said you didn't have to match. Are you going to match that as well?
Yeah, so well, I'm not gonna back down from that either. I'll match that too.
Okay.
I have the money for that, though. If I lose, I'm not gonna have any money left.
And to be clear, the bet is to spank Vanek.
Just like basically by waking up, just go like bam.
Yep.
Wake him up
One
with
smack.
a spank.
What the fuck have I just returned to?
It's just like hit
Alright.
Vanek once, just hit him once. That's the bet.
Okay, with the bets standing equal, it's time to reveal your hand. So I need you to right click.
Right click.
Well, so if you're going to try and cheat, this is going to change things. What I was going to get you to do is right click the post and hit like reveal to everyone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead. Actually,
You can write down
Okay.
the leftover numbers. Is that-
go ahead and right click on your post and hit reveal to everyone, please. And remember, it is the remaining 3 numbers that we're adding up. So for Duncan, that would be 18.
What the fuck? What do you want to cheat for?
I did it. I just wanted to block you. That's why I said that.
Well, what do you want to cheat for?
To give himself some tension. Cheat to
Well,
lower
oh
the
my
score to give
God,
himself some
man.
tension.
Man
He
rolled
rolled 3
immaculate.
6s.
Yeah.
God
Manny, can you?
dang.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't see
got a
Duncan's,
7.
by the way. I don't. Oh
don't
wait,
see
no,
Duncan's.
that's not there.
Wow. I think he already cheated, man. Pretty sure that's his cheated roll.
I was actually hoping it would cheat so I could maybe intervene with that.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
fucking
he didn't need
do
to.
that. Yeah, he didn't need
Um,
to.
Manny, please remove
And that
12
is 6.
platinum, and Duncan, you can add 12 platinum to that, and yeah.
I'm gonna search for something that's, I don't know, some plants that are like near us. If I can make paint.
There's
I
really
was like,
no
money
plants.
to have-
Like this whole cavern that you've been in has been barren of any
There is
plant
one
life.
guy.
Yeah, but that's in the other
that's
cave that's
only
several hours back.
in the tunnel that was ways back now.
And there's something
Ah,
else
damn
in
it.
there.
I don't have anything else to use as paint, and I'm not going to use my purple worm poison for this.
You
I would like.
you are
I would-
aware, without trying to call anybody out here, you are aware of somebody in the party that
I know.
okay. I'll leave it there then.
I'm going to try and steal some paint from.
Jesus fucking Christ, people.
Please roll me a stealth. Kinro, I'm gonna need a perception check from you, please. You are an elf, so you are not.
Sorry, I think I missed it. What's actually happening right now? Sorry, I think I missed it.
I'm going to get some paint to put on your hand. So the smack is visible.
What? How? Are we not having a watch right now? Like, do I not see you walk away? Like, what?
Yeah, you see him doing.
That was
you
not
see him
part of
moving
the
away.
bet, bro. That was not
Well,
part
then-
of the bet.
then
I'm not
what are you
fucking
doing?
painting my hand. I'm not painting my hand. I'm part of the bet, Duncan.
You see him sneaking towards Kinro right now.
Well, I mean, I don't know what he's planning yet, so I'm like, I don't care.
Kinro, where do you keep your paint? On your person or in your bag or?
Oh, it's in my backpack.
Okay, Duncan, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand as well, please.
Shit, I'm conscious. Would I sense that?
You can roll me a perception as well. Duncan, switch back to public rolling, please.
Oh.
Nope, I'm caught up in my recollections.
You are indeed. Okay, you successfully, without sort of pulling any attention to yourself, managed to find Kinro's painting supplies.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab just a tiny bit. I don't need much.
Okay.
I'm going to come back and sit next to Manny. This has to leave a mark. And I'm going to try and like put paint on his hand, if that makes sense. Like while I'm talking, I'm just going to like try and splash it on his right hand.
You're muted, man.
Your microphone is off now.
Can I try to pull the wave? So he doesn't splash it on there because I don't want any weird ass paint on my hand.
This is going to be essentially a contested, similar to a grapple check. The only difference is that I'm going to require acrobatics, as this is like a speed thing. You have to pull your hand away.
Come on, bro.
So
can
please,
I make it a dex save?
sure. Go ahead and make me a dex save.
Clearly, this is a danger, so I get advantage of this.
Yeah, there you go. Play the
God damn it.
system.
Fine.
You're still.
Please
bullying.
also change back to public rolling, Manny. You stumble backwards. You're fast, but you slam your hand back into a rock as you pull it back so quickly, just smashing your arm and leaving your hand open.
Duncan.
Yeah.
You know this is going to dry until later, right?
You can do it right now.
I'm not going to.
It's
That
your
was
watch.
not part of the bet, Duncan.
And the bad is you slap him. We didn't specify a time frame. Chop chop. The paint is gonna dry.
Oh God.
By the way, I would suggest saying he had a fly on his face or something.
I know what I'm already doing.
Do you?
Stands up, determined to get this over with. He goes over to.
Your hero approach. Are you sneaking?
No, I'm not
You-
going
you-
over to you
you
yet.
You are asleep, so you could roll a perception. Would be with disadvantage, but you're not. He's not going to you yet. So where are you going, Manny?
I'm heading, I guess, towards Vivek or something? Where the fuck the zombie is?
Right. Yeah.
I grab the zombie and I'm dragging him over to Vivek.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Alright, so I drag him over.
I'll just start rolling just to see how aware I am. Oddly aware in my sleep.
Zombie resistance. It's not Vivek doing this.
What's
Since it's not Vivek doing this, would the zombie resist Manny pulling him?
No. He's friendly to the group, and Manny is more than strong enough to just pull the zombie. With I'm not going to require a check there. It's not hostile towards him, you know.
Either way,
And he's
pulling
not
the
hurting
zombie
it.
over. Sort of just next to wherever Vanek is. Neck a little bit. And in sort of quick succession, I will smack him because the part of the bet was to do it as hard as possible, right? It's a smack. It's not like a full punch with like spikes and everything. It's just a smack, right?
Where
Smack
exactly, if I can ask?
Well, part of the bet was on your behind, on your bum. You know,
Well, I
smack
sleep on my back.
It was well. Okay, but then I wouldn't have done it in the first place. Then I would, if I see you disturbing a bag, then I would have told Duncan that he's sleeping on his fucking bag and I can't smack him.
I would have told you just use the face.
Fine, all right. If you said that, then all right. I go over here.
I'm wearing a helmet.
You're
Well, that
sleeping in
makes
your
it
armor?
safe for you.
Why are
That
you
makes it
sleeping in
safe.
your armor? That's uncomfortable.
Hell fucking yeah, I'm sleeping in my armor. Do you know the kind of shit that crawls down here?
Didn't you like not get a rest and if you sleep in heavy armor?
Well, at least like loosen. I think the helmet off would be at least appropriate, or maybe the helmet on. I don't know. Either way, I will. If I guess I have to smack him across his face accidentally. I will take my gauntlet off as well because I don't want to make sure that I fucking poke an eye out or some shit. So take the gauntlet off, and I will do it with my left as well because my right is a robotic arm, and that's probably gonna hurt a lot more unnecessarily. So I'm gonna do that. I don't want to dislocate his jaw either. I need this guy, you know. So, oh wait, no, he already painted my. Well, I guess it's sorry about this. Anyways, in quick succession, I'm going to smack him, push the zombie over, and then kill the zombie. To make it look like the zombie kind of, I don't know, fucking tripped over him or some shit, and, you know.
Alright. I need you to target Vanek for me, and then roll me the attack.
What do you have advantage?
Yeah, I've set Vanek as prone, because, obviously.
Should I just roll like a regular unarmed strike?
Yeah, just an unarmed strike.
So not like the weapon fist that I use.
I'm assuming you're not intentionally hitting him with like that.
Like my strategy and whatnot. So,
Just propel him 10 feet into the ground. Where's the zombie, bro? Alright. It's still gonna hit. You're just gonna half the damage, which is just one. You don't have
it's me a
wait.
paint.
You have an unarmed thing? I think you in.
Yeah, but I always said this is so like using technique and whatnot, right? So I wanted to use this one.
Okay. So we'll call this like the minimum. So it's gonna be 6 points of damage, which is just 1 plus strength. Manny, I need some sort of speed roll here. So I would like sleight of hand ideally, but if you would like to suggest something else, I'm all ears.
Well, the action is like pushing the zombie over and then just murdering the zombie, which I would not consider murder because it's a zombie, but you know what I'm talking about. That's the action here. But I want to make it look like push it over and look like that it's a zombie that sort of, that kind of the cause of it. It's a bit strange, you know, because there's fucking paint. I'm not even sure how the fuck Duncan thought this through. Yeah. So either way, I'm making partially. I want just to partially blame the zombie. So could I like roll either like a combination of this athletics and deception? You know,
Sure.
so like accidentally just hit him, not like on purpose. That's what I'm trying to make it look like.
Make me an athletics roll, just a straight athletics roll. Vanek, make me a straight perception roll, please. It's 23. You were asleep moments ago, so as you're sort of waking up, you see the zombie first. Manny, roll me the deception, and Vanek, roll me an insight.
Damn it!
You see the zombie first. Manny just behind it, like back a step or two, but not far at all. In terms of deception, Manny, what are you doing that is directly trying to deceive Vanek here?
Well, I kind of want to be already. Again, I'm like, so like make it look like I'm tussling a little bit with the zombie, like, you know, so it looks like I accidentally hit him.
Yeah.
Right? So
Like you're pulling back to swing at it, or
Yeah,
something?
kind of like something like that, just so it looks like accidentally hit him.
It's just that I dragged my knuckles over the ground, bro. It's not my fault.
The zombie is not.
Yeah.
You said going with like
None
what
of
I said
this
earlier. The
makes
zombie
sense.
is not
Yeah,
fighting
100%.
back. So that's probably probably giving that away.
The zombie would not fight back either way. Like I don't care that the zombie fight.
It
fight back
100% just looks like he's pushing the zombie onto you, I think, in this game.
either.
It's like, oh, no.
Accidentally. Oh no!
What the hell? Stop!
Nah, I just cracked the skull of the zombie. No, it's dead. I'm gone. Just push it away.
Hang on. Let me... It's here. Go ahead and make me an attack roll against it, please, Manny.
Can I not just like execute him? I don't want this fucking to like take 13 punches because stupid zombie actions.
Hang on a minute.
That's actually the wrong one. Just make me one attack against it, please.
Advantage because it's not moving or anything? I don't know.
Unless you
It's
push it
just-
over, it's probably prone.
It's not like it's defending itself.
It's yeah. I'll give it prone. Go ahead and roll with advantage. Yeah,
It's a lie.
you smack this
But I
thing.
would punch it a couple more times too. I want it actually dead.
Yeah. You pummel this thing like partially on top of Vanek. There's sort of blood does spray off of this thing as it flies around. Yeah, it is. It is.
I sort of shake my hand off the grime, and I like. Also, part of the act. So like, I was like, oh no, I woke him up. You know. So
As he's
like,
punching the zombie on top of him.
No, I'm not actually on top of it. It's like next to him, but like I'm sort of fake surprised. So it's like not like very expressive, but like
Oh no, I woke you up.
yeah.
Oh no, you woke me up. What the fuck? What is
Like,
wrong?
he
with
like
you?
sort of like after have to say that he locks eyes with you and then glances over to Duncan and then like go back to rest. Throws the zombie away. Goes over to like a water floss and starts rubbing off the paint.
I need to go there as well. And like,
You don't even know you have paint on yourself yet.
well, I
You feel it,
felt
feel
my
it.
face and I pulled my hands back
Oh.
and there's stuff on my hand.
What the fuck?
What is this?
What kind of? Oh no, we don't see color. It's dark vision. Damn it.
I want to turn on the light, but I don't want to turn on the light.
Yeah, it's like
I just know there's something sticky and it smells funny.
Maybe
I'm
maybe
just
you don't.
really-
Maybe you won't catch everything. Next time we go into light, you just have like red spots. It's like, still left.
I
Either way.
come also to the water like probably one of those wet rocks, just rub as much off, and then just with a little bit of my water skin, just I hate Duncan more than you, but seriously.
Maro goes like grumbling. Maro was more upset that he lost to Duncan, not that he actually punched Ben. So it's like, yeah, it's
Know where your priorities lie, yeah, ain't it?
fucking hell. It's like, yeah, he sits back down. It's like he glares at Duncan and turns around.
You want to play another game?
Please the zombies died. I don't have money.
Broke bitch.
I lost all my money.
I'm like looking at the boat, shaking my head, groaning, and then I go to sleep again. That was been too much.
God damn it.
All right.
I push the body of the zombie further away from me, like, 'cause it stinks. I push him over towards Olmo.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Manny, Duncan, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. With your perception rolls, you don't notice anything going on near or around you. It seems to be pretty uneventful evening, other than the gambling and resulting incidents.
Who was the last watch that got like the rainbow ceiling?
That was
Kinro.
me and Quinro.
Kimura was the one that saw it, yeah, but it was.
Vanek has some real bad luck on Underdark. Like he witnesses all the horrible things. He gets like beaten up accidentally, and
Well, I wouldn't say I have all the bad luck. I made all my charisma checks. I didn't have to experience the fucking water hell things, you know. I just had to share emotions with other people.
Yeah,
I
we
don't want
all
to share
had
emotions.
visions.
I did. I made all my saves. Charisma saves are on point.
They better be. You're a paladin.
So that is the end of your watch. The rest of it goes uneventfully. And at the end, you know that you have to wake up Kinro and Vivek.
I just tell
Stir them.
Vivek to wake up Kinro because Vivek is awake.
Very well.
Yeah,
Also
just
wait, they only
So I
sleep
don't
for
need
4
so I
hours.
don't need to wake up Kinro.
yeah. Vivek just opens his eyes and says, "That time already."
Yes.
Very well. Kinro, are you ready? Are you ready for a watch?
Yes. And,
As he's like just grabbing his shoulder.
Yep. I was looking up at the stars again. I was seeing animals. Let's go.
Perfect.
Perception.
Can I please get a perception roll from the two of you?
12 and 12.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Is like still sitting where he was, like resting. They killed him this time. Unfortunate.
Who did they kill? Oh yeah, the zombie. Wait, what happened? He was alive like before I started meditating.
Beaten to death. Something beat him.
All those pent-up emotions from the boat must have gotten to them.
I do not blame them. That is one use for the zombie that I do not mind that they do. I do not mind if they use the zombie for their emotions.
An emotional punching bag?
Yes.
Understandable. But it was kind of an awkward situation, right? Like you and a lot of something happened there, right? On the boat?
Yes.
Like it wasn't just me and possibly Duncan.
Yes. Me and Olmo had a vision, but it wasn't of a memory from either of us. I believe.
Oh.
It was. But also, me and Manroth did share a similar connection to you that you and Duncan had, I think.
Oh, did you see something from Manaroth?
I think we both had a shared point of a similar type of memory, so perhaps we both shared our own.
Oh, I guess you guys have a lot in common.
You sound almost disappointed with that.
Well,
It was it was being imprisoned for a time, or confined at least.
Imprisoned?
Or confined. I think mine is more accurately defined as confinement.
Is that when you were underground before you were awakened, born?
Underground, but different. It was stone with whispers of the captives I was meant to guard.
This happened a long time ago?
I wish it did. That job ended fairly recently.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag up old wounds.
No, it is good to confront some things. I think I had been hiding from that for a while.
I think we should agree that if these kinds of things keep happening, we should probably talk about them instead of repressing our emotions until we end up beating zombies into the ground.
It is a strange that we don't. I find it somewhat strange that they do not wish to talk about it when it was Manaroth who mentioned that we should discuss changes, discuss things that are different when they happen.
Yeah. Maybe they're just afraid of their own emotions. I don't know.
It could be that. It could be that what they saw they weren't prepared to share.
Yeah, I can see how that makes sense. I definitely wasn't prepared to share that with Vanek.
It is unfortunate. What? Are you comfortable sharing yours with me? If not, I understand.
Yeah, Vanek already knows. So I don't see why not. It was just an old memory I have from when I don't even know if it's real. But every time I think about it, it makes me... And Kinro shivers a little bit. just reminds me of why I don't like the darkness. And it was a memory, I believe, of falling from a void. I think from the stars? And falling into the world. And the only thing after the void, as I seem to be falling from it, is just little dots of lights. Whatever that means. But I know I didn't like it.
That is unfortunate to hear.
I mean, do you have any idea what it's like to be in total darkness?
He just kind of turns his gaze towards him and blinks.
Oh, right.
That is my only experience. It is not... I do not think it is something that you should fear. I understand why you do, but this... The darkness tends to be rather misunderstood sometimes. It is something you can also seek protection in.
Maybe. But I think this fear for me is more of an instinctual kind of thing.
Do
Like
you
how
fear
people...
me then?
No, I don't think I do.
Can you regularly create darkness?
Even if you do, I don't get the sense that a pure void from you. I get that kind of sense from Duncan, which is kind of strange.
Perhaps that is what Duncan would be a god of.
Maybe.
God of the void.
And birds.
That would be an interesting combination.
Void birds. Squaw, squaw, squaw. Well, I worry for the emotional stability of the rest of our companions.
Sometimes holding it in is enough. And I can always make more zombies for them to take their anger out on.
Sounds like a good plan. Maybe.
And perhaps be able to make more soon.
Maybe we'll have just a really nice, peaceful walk all the way to...
To Stoneblood?
Yes. Stoneblood.
And it also seems that something that you fear is hiding... I do also want to point out that it seems like something that you all fear is hiding within light as well. He says, turning his head towards the lake. I still have not seen it.
The lake?
Whatever is in it.
Oh.
And whatever the water does, apparently.
Quenches your thirst. Excellent for hydration.
When
Not
I
that
was...
you need to drink, I guess.
True. I have not needed to retrieve any... I have not needed to... I did not feel anything when I retrieved you from the water besides appreciation that you were alive.
You think if I had used some of that water and mixed with the hair dye, would I have made a sparkly black? I wonder how fast I can get back to the lake and come back. No.
I do not think that would be good to try.
I don't think I can run that fast.
You finish up your long rest. Everybody may, at this point, go ahead and take a long rest mechanically. Right at the end, as you can feel people beginning to stir, as you keep an eye on things around you, you catch something in the corner of your eye. And as you look out, mostly Kinro, Vivek wouldn't be able to see this. But Kinro, you look out and you see the very faint glow of there was that little tunnel high up above the wall. It was almost a pure white light, and at this point it has changed. It is now a sort of flickering orange light that you see from that point. And you have to spend a moment to sort of focus your eyes, and as you look up, you see it move. You see the light moving. With a 19, you're still a good few hours. You can see now the light is also much brighter, and you can tell from the orange sort of glow, it's fire. And it's very obviously the light from a torch. And you can see it is waving. There is somebody waving a torch at the entrance of that tunnel. And that is where we're going to leave the session for today.